We want to bring up something from Casemiro, obviously, with a focus on Brazil and everything that's going on there at the moment. Neymar being out injured for these group games, obviously not good news at all. And for those thinking that everything is okay, I mean, here's a look at his foot. It's looking pretty swollen there. For those thinking everything's okay because there's so many great players in this Brazil side, Casemiro has just pretty much said, yeah, we know, but Neymar is our best player. So he's obviously always going to be a huge miss. What are your thoughts on this, Luis?
Well, I mean, I've said it on Gab's show with Jules. I've said it here. I wrote about it, my first piece for ESPN. I've covered Brazil for a very long time. And there are facts, right? The fact is, this is the deepest Brazilian squad since, I would say 2002. The fact is, Neymar is maybe, if people can disagree about, their best or favorite, he's their most influential player. Neymar under Brazil is not Neymar under PSG. He's not Neymar under Barcelona or even Santos. He is a different player. The way that he utilizes, everything that he has to his disposal in that Brazilian starting 11. Is he an absence? Is he a miss? Absolutely. Are Brazil going to top this group? Yes. Is it going to be a problem in the group? No. Is it a problem heading into the knockout stages? Of course, you want Neymar to be part of it, but I do believe they have enough. Right, Vinicius Jr. on one side, to Rafinha, Anthony, Bruno Guimaraes, who we haven't even spoken about. There are players that can fit that, right? The question is, to me, actually, is more at the back. Danilo is also missing. That is a bigger question mark for me because defensively, Brazil, they're good, they're solid, but it's definitely their most vulnerable side of things. So what do you do there? Do you put in, dare I say, Dani Alves in 2022 in the starting 11 for Brazil? Do you put in Militao? Those to me are bigger questions than Neymar missing out in the group stages because Brazil will win this group and they will do well without Neymar in it. In the knockout stages, a different question. But I'm not, yes, I'm worried. I want to see Neymar, but I'm more worried what's going to happen at the back.
Gab, was that a look away in disgust at the mention of Dani Alves?
No,
I should hope not.
Look, I don't think Dani Alves is a 90-minute right back.
Exactly.
In the World Cup at this stage. I think it probably will be Eder Militao. Having watched them against Serbia, that back four, they basically sit the whole time, which is fine because you got so many players going forward. But for me, going back to Neymar, and I wonder, how do you replace him? Who do you choose? Yeah, you can rattle off. You've got a lot of great players, but part of me wonders the temptation will be there because he's played in that position before at club level. You move the packet up into Neymar's role behind the striker.
He means Lucas Paquetá, everybody. By the way, I love the nickname. I just want to add some context.
but listen, this adds to what Casemiro was saying because he says we have other players that have been performing at the same level, like Vinny Jr., Rafinha, Richarlison, Gabriel Jesus. Those who play in the back end, often joke that we feel sorry for our rivals because we can replace Rafinha for Anthony, Richarlison for Gabriel Jesus. We have Rodrigo, Gabriel Martinelli. We have a wide array of options on the bench. It's great for us, but it doesn't change the fact that Neymar is our best player. So he's actually using it to explain who Neymar is. But then some are saying, is it disrespectful to say that you feel sorry for your rival, or is he just being completely honest?
He's just being honest. He's just being honest. It's Brazil. I would be so terrified if I saw this Brazilian side. He's right. And I like the idea of Paquetá pushing up more than Gab said. You have two options, I think, if you're Chiche. God forbid me tell Chiche what to do. But I feel like you could also, and I've heard Gab say this in the past, you could double pivot. You could bring in Fred. You could put Fred and Casemiro as a double pivot and then allow the packet to just move up. Or to your point, K. Murray, which is what Casemiro said, Gabriel Jesus could also be part of this, or Rodrigo. So there are options. And I think Casemiro's right. We miss Neymar. He's our best player. We're good to go. I feel sorry for our opponents because we have so many options. It's fine.
I think a lot of it's going to depend on the opponent. Part of the issue with the packet being deployed further forward is obviously, you saw this in the Serbia game, when he was further back, he's got passing lanes, he can look up, he's got Casemiro covering for him. It's just more time. if he plays further forward, if he plays in the Neymar role, he's going to have somebody up his backside straight away. He's going to have to play a lot on the half turn. He can do that, but he's also not the most dynamic player out there. So I've been going back and forth on what you do. I love the idea of Bruno Guimaraes, and maybe you just go straight 4-3-3. Or otherwise, if you're going to play somebody with Richarlison, and let's remember, Richarlison can play center forward. He's not a genuine center forward. He's not a traditional center forward. Maybe you play Rodrigo through the middle.
Correct, Gab. In fact, I'll just remind everybody, in June, I know it was a friendly, but in June, Brazil destroyed South Korea 5-1. It was 4-4-2. So, I get it. Like, Neymar's important. And by the way, Brazil won Copa America in 2019 without Neymar. I know it's very important, but in the group stages, I'm not worried.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.